club. They took care of business against Philadelphia and Milwaukee. They'll have to win 3 to get that done this time. And we're going to take you right up to first pitch, which, according to our Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits countdown clock, is just under 39 minutes from right now. We begin with our Hyundai starting lineups, and as you can see, both Kelly Johnson and Chris Johnson are in the lineup. Kelly will be out and left with Chris playing first base tonight. The Rockies boast a couple of All-Stars. They could have 3 if Troy Tulowitzki wins that final vote. Hello again, everyone. I'm Jerome Jurenovich along with Matt Diaz, and there are only 4 games left before the All-Star break. And much like they did against the Phils and the Brewers, they got off to a hot start. They want to hang in there in the East Division race. How important is setting the tone with a win tonight? Oh, like you said, it takes 3 of 4 to win this series, and to win every series against the 3 last-place teams you got to play heading into the All-Star break would be huge. So obviously tonight's game is a big game to accomplish that goal. And the Nationals are off, so it's an opportunity to gain ground once again. Our AT&T U-verse starting pitchers, Alex Wood, how about this? His last couple of starts, he said against Pittsburgh was arguably his best of the year. And then his last one against Philadelphia, maybe his worst of the year, but he still got the win. He'll go up against Kyle Kendrick, who is very, very interesting because, let's face it, he can give up the long ball, but he can also pitch well against the Braves in his history. But Wood is who we want to focus on because he did show us some guile by pulling out a win without his best stuff. Right, he's a young pitcher, but he also has a lot of moxie for a young guy. When he doesn't have his best stuff, he just seems to grind to get it done. You saw right there, the batting average against this year is close to 300, yet he has an above 500 record. That just doesn't happen usually with a young guy. He just puts the bad stuff behind him and continues to move forward. He's going to have to do that tonight in Colorado, as the hits will come for the Rockies. They got a great offensive club and a great offensive park, so he's just going to have to get over it and get to his good stuff and try to get out of a lot of innings tonight. Anytime you give up 10 hits over 6 innings and still get the win, you've shown us something. Let's see if he can do that again tonight. Now, he's opposed by Kyle Kendrick. And our inside look, presented by the 2015 Toyota Tundra Let's Go Places, shows us that nobody has given up the big fly more than Kendrick this season. Leads the majors with 23 home runs. And boy, if there is one park where a lot of home runs are hit, it is indeed Coors Field. However, in his career, when he was a Philly, he gave the Braves fits, Matt. He did give the Braves fits, but again, that was Kyle Kendrick in a different uniform, in a different ballpark, against a different Braves team. Let's be honest, looking at the starting lineup, I think 1, maybe 2 Braves from last year's team are in that lineup. So Kendrick has to face a whole bunch of people who have hit him well over the years. You mentioned both Johnsons in the lineup today hit him well. Uribe hits him well. Freddie Gonzalez has a lot of tools in his tool belt to go to tonight against Kendrick. Well, let's hope Kendrick continues to struggle. The Rockies are struggling a little bit right now. They've lost 6 of 7. But as I said, they have 2 All-Stars, and they could have a 3rd by the end of the weekend. For more on the Rocks, let's get you out to Coors Field. Here are Chip and Joe.
Hey, Jerome. Hey, Maddie. Welcome to Denver, Colorado, where the skies are threatening. That's nothing new. They've had a ton of rain delays and a few rainouts, too, here at Coors Field. Hopefully, we'll get this one underway in short order. There are a couple of age-old questions in Major League Baseball. One, when's the producer picking up the dinner check? That's always a very important question.
Never been answered.
The second big question is, when are the Colorado Rockies going to figure out how to win games consistently at home and on the road? 2015, no different. Tremendous home road splits for Walt Weiss's ball club again.
When you come into this ballpark, you know there's going to be a lot of offense, and I don't care if the Colorado Rockies are in last place or not. I don't care if their pitching staff is in last place in a bunch of different categories. You know they're going to hit. You know they're going to score. So the onus is really on Atlanta's pitching. But for the Colorado Rockies for the season, lead the National League in batting average. No surprise. 92 home runs as a team, 3rd in the league. Therein lies the problem. Pitching, 4.92 ERA. Kyle Kendrick, as the guys just said, a huge ERA at 6.00 coming into the game tonight. They don't strike out many guys, but for their ball club, they need guys that probably can get the ball hit on the ground more. Troy Tulowitzki's got a 20-game hitting streak working, so he's at the top of the list. Arenado's having an unbelievable year offensively at 3rd base. And Carlos Gomez is back in business. Gonzalez, excuse me, is back in business and healthy again. Charlie Blackmon, the former Georgia Texter, is playing well in center. They've got a good offensive lineup. Beware.
And they hit last. That's always important here at Coors Field in Denver, where the Braves have had good success in the past. Hopefully that'll continue beginning tonight. 4-game series here in Colorado before the All-Star break. Let's see if the Braves can gain some more ground in the National League Eastern race. Back to you guys in hopefully sunny Atlanta.
Okay, thank you very much, fellas. Arenado, LeMahieu, they're All-Stars. Tulowitzki in that final 5. Is he your choice?
Oh, no. Tulowitzki is a great player, but he's having a Coors Field type year. So is Blackman, both 40 and 50 points better at home than on the road. Nolan Arenado, to me, is the best player in that Rockies lineup. He takes his Gold Glove with him on the road. He has more home runs on the road this year, more RBIs on the road this year. Nolan Arenado is a whole package. However, the Braves have to play the Rockies in Coors Field tonight, so they do got to deal with the LeMahieu's. Even Corey Dickerson is 125 points better at home than on the road this year. The Rockies are definitely more comfortable in the ballpark. The Braves have a tall order.
Well, one of the reasons why they have those outrageous numbers at home, that outfield is ginormous. Matt has played there many times. He will explain to us why it just seems to play so much larger than other ballparks around the National League.
Congratulations, you're a winner! This is the second best thing that's ever happened to me.
Wow. Congratulations. Here's the deal.
This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Yes! Yes!
It's the big one. Nothing beats a great deal on a new Toyota. Get a low 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2015 Toyota RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
One thing we can rely on in this house is UVerse high-speed internet.
I've been streaming movies all day without any problems.
UVerse high-speed internet has brought much-needed reliability to our lives.
It's got reliability you can rely on.
AT&T UVerse high-speed internet. With 99.9% reliability, it's one thing you can rely on.
Need new tires? Right now at Pep Boys, when you get 3 Falcon, Cooper, or Hankook tires, you get the 4th tire free instantly. Plus, get no interest and paid in full within 6 months on your Pep Boys credit card. Trust the boys to get you there.
It's Mattress Firm's Any Size One Price Sale. For 48 hours this Saturday and Sunday with Preview Day Friday, sleep interest-free until 2019. Plus, get any size firm mattress set for as low as $99.99 each piece when you buy the set. That's right, get a twin, full, queen, or king-size mattress each piece for one low price. Or Sealy Posturepedic firm mattresses for just $199.99 each piece when you buy the set. We guarantee our lowest price or your mattress is free. Only at Mattress Firm.
People tell me stories without saying one word. So I listen. Then I give it back. What are you chasing? Hennessy. Never stop, never settle.
Liberty 3, Sunday at 3 on Sports South.
In honor of 50 years of Braves baseball, we take a look back to a visit to Coors in April of 2013. Braves played a doubleheader. Snowed out the night before. They had to clear all the snow to get the games in. They won the opener 10-2. That was Julio Teheran's coming out party. Remember the big white bear? Well, he went deep in the nightcap. So did Justin Upton and Dan Ugla. All 3 homered off Jeff Francis. Mike Minor won that one. So the Braves win the opener 10-2 and the nightcap 4-3. It was 23 degrees when they were playing those games. That is absolutely ridiculous. Not that cold tonight. Rain in the forecast. But how are they going to defend that big outfield, whether it's wet or dry? Here's Andre.
Jerome, thank you very much. You know, it's very interesting when you think about the intimidation factor of this ballpark and, of course, the thin air of the mile-high city and how it affects visiting ball clubs. But here's the fact of the matter. The Atlanta Braves have had more overall success against the Rockies since 2011 than any one opponent has had against any other one opponent in their respective leagues. Braves have gone 22-7 over that span against the Colorado Rockies. So in a sense, Freddie Gonzalez and crew would like to keep that line moving while also having a healthy dose of respect for Coors Field.
Well, you know what? We did the lineup today because of the matchups. We did Kendricks, and CJ's playing first base, and Kelly Johnson's playing left, just to get the offensive matchup. But I think as the game progresses, I think you got to think about putting Yuri Perez out in left field because it's, you know, it's a lot faster and going to cover more ground.
It can be a tricky little ballpark if you're not used to it. You know, fortunately, I've been used to it. I've been able to, you know, play many innings out here and, you know, make a lot of good plays here in this ballpark. It does give you that opportunity to make a lot of good plays with the space that it provides. But, you know, you know when you go out there, you know, it could be one of those days where you need to make sure your legs are loose. You know, even fly balls tend to get out there a lot quicker. You got to always be ready to make a play here. So it's definitely a park where you got to be on your toes on defense at all times.
So Cameron Maybin will rely on his experience in this ballpark, and as Freddie Gonzalez also added, that you can't give away outs. You have to take care of outs and take care of the ball defensively, trying not to make errors because of the confines here, and whether it's the thin air or the wind that's starting to pick up just a little bit now. It's also interesting that Juan Uribe started his career here at Coors Field, and Jason Grilli spent parts of 2 seasons here. So the Braves relying on that, but still the big picture for them is that they've had success against it for the last several seasons, and they expect that to continue tonight. Guys, we'll have a little conversation with Jason Grilli a little later in the show, but for now, we send it back to you in Atlanta.
Okay, thank you very much, Andre. We all know about the altitude out in Denver. Fence is a little further back to kind of offset that. That outfield seems so big. You've defended it many times. What's the secret?
Well, it's true. I have defended it a few times, but also many times Bobby Cox was smart enough to not have me out there defending it and having the better defensive guy. As much as you want it to be an offensive game and you need to show the offense, you see here, certainly the outfield is big. Certainly the air is thinner than anywhere else in baseball, but I want to draw your attention to that grass. That is something the Colorado Rockies could do to help their pitching staff, is grow a longer, thicker blend of grass. That outfield grass is as fast as any grass in all of baseball. And it just never made sense to me why you have such a hitter's advantage with the ball in the air that you also give them the grass on the ground. It's Wrigley Field has a long, thick grass where the ground balls are eaten alive and they don't get to the wall as fast. I think a grass like that in Colorado would do wonders for the pitching staff there.
I thought they already grow grass in Colorado.
That was a couple years ago.
All really flies out there. It has nothing to do with the grass, all about the thin air. You know, Matt likes a stogie every once in a while. He's got his own humidor. Not too many ballparks do. Matt will explain why they have one and what difference it has made so far.
Give a little time for the child within you. Don't be afraid to be young and free. Run to the locks and throw away the keys and take off your shoes and socks and run you. Bicycles, tricycles, ice cream, candy, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, home free.
It's not home, but with every well-considered detail, it becomes one step closer. No wonder more people choose Delta than any other airline.
There are a lot of places where you can get barbecue, but there's only one place where you can get Bojangles Barbecue. Introducing the new pulled pork barbecue sandwich from Bojangles. Savory barbecue loaded on a toasted buttered bun and topped with coleslaw. We call it Bojangles Barbecue. You'll call it delicious. Head to Bojangles today and try our pork barbecue sandwich combo. Bojangles, it's Bo time.
Come on.
I thought you measured.
I did measure it. Just take the cushions off.
They are off.
Moving is frustrating, but moving your DirecTV isn't. Simply call before you move and we'll bundle DirecTV with internet and home phone services for one low price. You'll get the best value, a savings of up to $120. Moving has never been more rewarding. The DirecTV Movers Deal. Call and ask about all the benefits today.
Most people don't know that many prescriptions can cause dry mouth. Thankfully, ACT Dry Mouth Mouthwash and new toothpaste help relieve dry mouth symptoms with alcohol-free formulas that soothe and refresh, strengthen teeth, and freshen breath. ACT, stronger teeth and dry mouth relief.
Ugh, heartburn at night is the worst. I'm done with it. I need to kick acid with Rolaids.
Unlike Tums, new Rolaids Advanced goes to work instantly for combined powerful relief of your worst heartburn, bloating, and gas.
That's better.
Kick acid and gas with new Rolaids Advanced.
The Atlanta Dream, play on Sports South.
You can't do it like we do.
Braves Live is brought to you by AT&T U-verse and by Hyundai. First to 4 in Denver, Alex Wood, Kyle Kendrick will open up this series. with the Rockies. And, well, we all know about the humidor. I'm not sure if you know that Matt loves a cigar every once in a while, really enjoys one, has a humidor at home. Our Delta Ask the Analyst, not too many ballparks do. As a matter of fact, Coors Field, the only one. Did installing it back in 2002 make that big of a difference?
Well, talking about all the offense and taking batting practice in Colorado is an absolute joke. You can hit one off the end of the bat and it flies out of the park. So does the humidor make a difference in the ball games? I would ask that you guys take a look at this graphic we have for you guys. Without question or doubt, the humidor makes a difference. Look, there are more than 2 runs per game have been saved since the humidor has been put into existence, and almost a home run per game has been taken off the boards by the use of the humidor. It is a totally different baseball you hit in the game in Colorado than you hit in batting practice there. Batting practice gets your confidence high, but then you just miss one and it still doesn't get out. The good news is the outfield's big and it might find a hole anyway.
Well, when you see him fly out of there, and BJ will be the first to tell you that that was all muscle right there. But I think the altitude had a little bit of a
Look at this ball chipper.
Yeah,
look at this ball chipper hits. It never comes down. Now, chipper hits the ball with backspin, and it doesn't come down. Look at B-Hunt right here, clearing the bleachers again on what could have been a pop fly. Oh, that's Simon. Never mind, my bad. I thought it was Brian Hunter. Brian Jordan, Brian Hunter, they're all hitting home runs there in Colorado before the humidor. It's become a little more difficult. And I'm not just saying that because I never got to hit pre-humidor there.
Unbelievable how the ball used to fly out of there. Perhaps the most impressive no-hitter ever, Hideo Nomo, with a no-hitter at Coors Field, of all places. All right, speaking of pitching at Coors Field, Jason Grilli has done that many, many times in his career. The ex-Rocky on what it does to your arm and your confidence coming up.
Spend your summer with the Braves. See Freddie Freeman, Cameron Maybin, and the rest of your Braves take on the Chicago Cubs Friday, July 17th through Sunday the 19th. On Friday, catch Georgia Lottery Friday Night Fireworks, the #1 rated fireworks show. And moms on Saturday the 18th spend a day at the ballpark with your little boy for the annual Mother-Son Night at the ballpark. Get your tickets now for this action-packed weekend. Visit Braves.com/tickets.
The idea was revolutionary. Create the most advanced lens, the most powerful camera, and most comprehensive controls a smartphone has ever seen. So unforgettable moments can become even more unforgettable. The all-new LG G4. See the great, feel the great. Get the LG G4 for $0 down at T-Mobile.
It's Mattress Firm's Any Size One Price Sale. For 48 hours this Saturday and Sunday with Preview Day Friday, sleep interest-free until 2019. Plus, get any size firm mattress set for as low as $99.99 each piece when you buy the set. That's right, get a twin, full, queen, or king-size mattress each piece for one low price. Or Sealy Posturepedic firm mattresses for just $199.99 each piece when you buy the set. We guarantee our lowest price or your mattress is free. Only at Mattress Firm.
The goodness that goes into making a Power Kale Chicken Caesar salad is rivaled only by the goodness felt while eating one. Panera, food as it should be.
At Pep Boys, we've got the largest selection of name brand tires, including Michelin, BF Goodrich, and more. All with the Pep Boys lowest price guarantee. Plus, get no interest if paid in full within 6 months on your Pep Boys credit card. Trust the boys to get you there.
You're watching Sports South.
Braves Live is brought to you by CPI Security and by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. Our Cholula hot sauce flamethrower of the day is Terrell Jenkins. Talk about a debut up for Gwinnett. Scattered 7 hits, just 3 of them in the infield. No extra base hits, walked 1, struck out 6 over 7 scoreless innings in a 1-0 win over the Norfolk Tides over at Coolray. Jenkins is the Braves' #10 prospect, according to MLB.com. How about that? He came over with Shelby Miller for J-Hay. Love J-Hay, but boy, if this kid turns out, what a deal that will be for Atlanta. Now, perhaps nobody on the roster knows what it's like to pitch at Coors Field more than Jason Grilli, a former Rocky. 40 games there, just 2 home runs allowed in 45 2/3 innings. That's pretty impressive. But he does have an ERA of 3.74. Actually, that's really not that bad at Coors Field. What's it like to pitch out there? Let's find out. Here he is with Andre.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. Well, Jason, you've done a lot of things throughout your big league career, including having a stint as Coors Field as your home park. Give me your thoughts on pitching here before you were a member of this ball club.
Well, you just don't try to intimidate yourself, you know. Come in here and make the adjustment just like anywhere else. You know, you got to figure out what your pitches are doing, and if it's not doing what you do, then make an adjustment. It's simple as that. You know, if you let the phobia of this ballpark can beat you, yeah, the home team, you know, maybe has an advantage because they know, but they're playing under the same elements. So to me, it's even Steven. Hopefully they give us the humidor balls as well, and you know, we can just go out and pitch like we have.
So that kind of takes us to today. But when you were on this club, I mean, did your mindset change at all once you became a member of the Rockies?
No, you just try to breathe properly. You know, you get a little bit winded when you're not used to it, maybe a headache, but you know, you just, like everything, in being an athlete, you take in, you know, your awareness to all the acute things that might be bothering you, and you try to put them out of your mind so that you can just let your ability take over. And I think that's the best way to approach Coors Field.
You talked to us in the past about the mental part of this game, and especially for pitchers. So with that being the case, does this ballpark maybe affect visitors more, or does it affect the guys who pitch here or play here 81 games a year?
I don't know. It's a coin toss. Like I said, if you're mentally ready, and like I said, I guess I'll take that question more to direct it towards, we got a good way to finish this first half of the season before the break. And, you know, we've been hovering around 500. To me, doesn't matter where we're playing. Our goal right now is to be above 500. So if it's going to be a challenge in one of the tougher parks to play at, so be it. I think that's a good enough challenge for us.
Well, no doubt that you've done your part, and especially recently you retired 16 consecutive batters and 10 of those by strikeouts, man. Continued success here this weekend.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, back to you now, Jerome.
All right, thank you very much, fellas. So according to Jason, it's as much of a mental challenge out there more so than any other ballpark. Is that how you viewed it?
Yeah, and that probably doesn't surprise me that some of the pitchers that have had the most success out there are veterans. When Grilly got over there in 08 as a reliever, he did very well his first year out there before in 2009 being traded to Texas. And LaTroy Hawkins has made a career of pitching at Coors Field and in tough elements, different places. He's had success in Coors Field. So the veteran guys, the more mentally stable guys, if you will, tend to make the mental adjustments. And again, it is a mental game. You are going to give up cheap hits and maybe a cheap home run here and there. How do you respond to that? Can you go get the next guy out?
Speaking of veterans, A.J. Przinsky back in the starting lineup, 7 for 9 in the first 2 games of that Milwaukee series, and one sweet dodge of a sausage. First pitch about 16.5 minutes from now, according to our Bojangles famous chicken and biscuits countdown clock.